All right, students, today we are going to be going over a review. Let's get into the bell work quickly. This shouldn't be a very long video today. Okay, so here is the bell work. Let's take a look at number 1 first. It says solve and then use substitution to check. So to solve this problem, remember, we have our equation already set up for us. We're going to use railroad tracks. And this says a number z divided by 6 equals 15. Remember, whenever we're solving an equation, the variable, so our z, needs to be by itself. This is being divided by 6. To get it to be by itself, we are going to do the inverse operation of division, which is multiplication. So we're going to multiply by 6. That is gone. We are left with z. Because I multiplied by 6 here, I have to multiply by 6 on the other side of the equation. And 15 times 6 is 90. So my answer is 90. Now we're going to check this. We're going to take that 90 and we're going to plug it back in for z. Because z is 90, we can take the 90 and put it in there. Is 90 divided by 6 15? Let's see, 90 divided by 6 equals 15, and so we know it is correct. I am now going to put a box around it because it's correct. There you go. So let's take a look at number 2. Write an equation. So we're writing an equation. So I have 4 less than 15 times a number. Remember, whenever we see the word then, we need to flip these two things, we flip them around. So 4 less than 15. So 15 minus 4. And it does say 15 times a number. So it's like we can number x. So it's 15x minus 4 is always means equals 41. So there is our equation. It doesn't even want us to solve it. It just wants us to set it up. So 15 times x minus 4 equals 41. And let's take a look at this one. So it wants us to complete a graph. So, all right, so if x is 0, y is 0. So that means that we're right here on the graph. So let's put in 1. If x is 1, well, we're going to plug this 1 in for x. 3 times 1 is 3. So this would be 3. Let's do 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so if I plug in 2, so this would be a 6. If I plug a 3, it's going to be a 9. A 4, we got 12. And a 5 is going to be 15. So let's graph this now. So x is 1. And it looks like it wanted us to count by 2's here. So we'll say 1 is that, and then 3 would be about right here. So over 2 would be up 6. Over 3, which is going to be kind of hard to do because it's not exactly on our lines, and 9, 4, and 12, and 5, and 15 would be about right there. And so we made our line, and it goes right through there. And it would continue to go up, just like that. So there you go. That's how you do your bell work. All right, let's look at your review. Okay, so today's a review. So all of these questions are what we want you to do for your assignment. There is not really a practice. So let's take a look at this. We are going to do just a couple of, we're just going to do a couple of examples here. So I want to look at, first of all, let's take a look at number 1. The product of a number y and 7. Well, product, we talked about this yesterday. It means multiply. So a product of a number y and 7. Well, a lot of you might want to write this, y7. Well, remember, multiplication is a commutative property. So it doesn't matter. We can write it. We can flip-flop it. The proper way to write a product of the number y and 7 would be 7y. And is always means equals 42. So it just wants us to write the word sentence as an equation. So we just did that. We're done. So I'm just going to make sure I write it on the line right here. 7y equals 42. Doesn't even want us to solve it. You could solve that, but it doesn't want us to. Now it wants us to solve an equation. I'm going to do number 7. So number 7 says a number divided by 6 equals 7. So remember, we're going to do, I'll zoom into this so I can write it a little bit better. Remember, we're going to use our railroad tracks. And this says a number divided by 6. Right here, y divided by 6. What is the inverse operation of divide? It's multiply. So I'm going to multiply by 6. That cancels out. We're left with y equals, because I multiplied by 6 here, I have to multiply by 6 on the other side of the equation. And we get 42. Does 42 divided by 6 equal 7? It certainly does. So we know that that is our solution. All right. Then, for number 7, I would come over here and just go y equals 42. Let's take a look at the other page now. This is where the story problems are, and I know a lot of you have had some difficult times with the story problem, so let's take a look at this last one. All right, so this question says, the kindergarten section of Sunset Elementary has 12 classrooms. If each classroom can accommodate 15 kids, write and solve a division problem. So it tells us it's a division problem to determine how many kids the kindergarten section can accommodate and all. Well, we don't know the total amount of kids, and we want to call it K. So I'm going to start right there. I have K, and I know that I'm putting them in groups of 15. So, I'm sorry, groups of 12, because there's 12 classrooms. So we're going to go K divided by 12 equals 15, because I know there's 15 in each classroom. So now I'm going to times by 12 to get rid of so the K can be by itself. So times by 12 on this side. 12 times 15, let's see what that is. 12 times 15 is 180. So we have 180 kids. That's what K stands for, right? So there we go. So there's our equation. There's our solution. And you can actually write those right here. We want to go K. Oh, whoops, let me get that a little bit smaller. So K over 12 equals 15. And then we got K equals 180 kids. All right, so that's what you're going to do on today's assignment. Good luck, and let's see how you do on this.